Descent into Darkness, a Call of Cthulhu campaign.
Hello and welcome back to Deathwatch's Call of Cthulhu campaign, Descent into Darkness Season 4, The Lost City of Pillars. This is episode 41, and I am Keeper Travis. Mr. Thompson now believes in he who will come again, in the sleeper of Enkai, and all of the strange beings that Sorcerer Iban wrote of in his Liber Ibanus. Previously, you were not much of a believer in gods, or the one god you learned about in Sunday school. But if ever there was a point of conversion in your life, it came in the moment that the dynamite exploded and the world changed. Oh, what beautiful light. Oh, what a furious sound. Oh, what unchained energy. The first sensations were a searing heat, just at the limit of pain and blindness. Then a sound louder than any you had ever heard, even during the war, but again, just at the limit of bursting your eardrums. Then the warm and solid body of Malcolm disappeared in your arms like a hot, wet dandelion puffball. Finally, a sensation of weightlessness as your body was hurled across the room. In that moment, it all came together like an ascension to heaven. The glory lasted until your body collided with a pillar and crashed to the ground. It was painful, but again, the armor of the wills held you safe like the one true loving God. A cacophony of crashing stone clattered all around while you lay stunned on the ground. That, too, was God's plan. Hallelujah. Then silence in the place beneath Irem, as if all the world hushed to witness what you had wrought. Before we can enter this new world of Mr. Thompson's design, let's get an introduction from our investigators.
I'm Brandon, playing Bartholomew Wentworth, and I'm just waiting to see what happens now that my friend blew himself up with dynamite.
I'm Chris. I'm playing Charles Stanton. I think, anyway. Who knows anymore? And I, too, eagerly await to see our newly arisen prophet.
I'm John, playing Joseph Thompson, born-again Zythoguist, who has finally seen the light that has been missing from his life since he was a boy.
Now you need to add a smile to his token.
If you AI render something for me there, John, I'll update your token. All right. What was it? What are we doing? Oh, yeah. Big explosion happened. And now we're dealing with the fallout. The clock on the wall says 2 o'clock. It's 2
Let's call. Alcohol.
Which means we've spent another hour beneath Irem, and the despair may grow stronger for everyone. So we'll start with that. John and Brandon, please make a sanity roll for your investigators.
Somehow a success.
Well, it's because you're a zealot now. Everything's as it should be. Copacetic, perhaps.
So we got Mr. Wentworth with a level 1 despair. And same with Mr. Thompson. Mr. Thompson passes his sanity roll. No new despair, probably because of your literal and figurative elation as you sail through the air, colliding painlessly, or less pain anyways. So let's see. At level 2 of despair, Brandon, pull it up. You will lose D4 sanity.
I lose 2 sanities.
Okay, and you can choose from the following. You may be distracted or forgetful. Distracted in game terms means you experience doubt, flashbacks, survivor's guilt, whatever vision of horror fits, basically clouding your thoughts, and you have a penalty die on all spot hidden and listen checks going forward. Or forgetful, which is you have a penalty die on all intelligence-related checks.
Basically shell-shocked.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, I'll do that one. Forgetful.
Okay. So yeah, just some both short and long-term memory are temporarily impacted. You can. It's in the realm of role-playing now since you're not actually insane, so you can kind of choose how it comes out. But as I said, Thompson's off scot-free this time. Oh, let me check on Jackson.
Probably not so much forgetful as he just can't hear anything over that damn whistle.
He passes his. He remains at the second level of despair.
Don't worry, Elias. You'll write that book.
Or the first one. Yes, he's confused. Jackson is confused. Okay, so we'll pick up with Mr. Wentworth and Jackson. Elias says, dust fills the air, although you can see that the way to the temple has been blocked by rubble from a destroyed pillar, you think, in the blast. It's cutting you off from going into the temple where you know Mr. Thompson himself is. Choked up that whole entryway. Jackson had pulled you back a little bit in the scuffle. So you guys are standing, on either side. You can see these mummified, strange beings. But anyhow, you see the body of Professor Ahmed lying partially underneath a huge chunk of stone. Crushed, you can immediately tell that he's dead. Jackson still has a hand clutching the back of your shirt, and he coughs and waves his other one in front of his face, trying to clear the air of dust in front of him. He's trying to say something, but he just, he's choking on dust.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, well, I'm probably doing my own coughing and choking, but I'll turn and I'll say, come on, let's get out of here. This way's blocked. And, because I can't really remember the path we took to get here, I'll just start going in the first direction that I can see.
Well, it had changed. You now know Matvey and that ghoul. They were more near you guys in that whole scuffle. They should be there, but now when you look, they were further behind you. There's nothing there, right?
Yeah.
And I think you failed a spot hidden last one time to notice all that shit, like the maze shifting behind you, basically. So yeah, they're nowhere to be seen. It's just you and Jackson.
Yeah, they must have went this way, and I'll
travel.
Start going.
Yeah. So about 5 minutes later, and in the meantime, Jackson lights up the lantern he was holding, or you do yours. I don't know whichever way you want to do it. And you guys make your way back through those tunnels, and you come into the familiar site of the torture chamber. Remember the metallic daises with odd implements that came down from the ceiling over these.
Yeah.
And where you had seen Professor Ahmed caress the skull that was on one of the daises.
Right.
But yeah, you're back in that room, which it wasn't quite the orientation you remember, but a lot has happened since then.
Yeah, that explosion rung my bell a bit anyway, so...
Let me check my timeline here real quick for the other various groups.
I got blood coming out of your ears, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay, so yeah, we'll leave you guys coming into that room, and then we'll jump over to Mr. Thompson. But before we do any jumping anywhere, I'm uncertain when we'll get to 3 o'clock and Stanton, being able to act. So you have the choice of either Jackson Elias or Dr. Francis Morgan or Bandar Al-Jadi. It's up to you.
I'll go with Jackson. I think I've played him before.
Okay. Give me just a sec here.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, you should be over there in the journal here shortly. All right, for your part, Mr. Thompson, you, like the armor of Wills protects you from any lasting damage. You still feel like the bumps and the impact and like everything to a limit before it would harm you. So all the concussion from the dynamite blast, you felt it at a very painful level, but just short of lasting damage. So you are a little dazed from the experience and elated, but out of the dust comes Dr. Francis Morgan. He's from Arkham College or University, Arkham University. And, he's kind of shaking you, checking if you're in one piece, basically, and trying to draw you to your feet. What would you like to do?
So, 2 things is, did you see the image?
Let me check it. That's pretty good.
You need to make it the token and then do the enlarge thing so we can all...
So I'll reveal it the next time.
And then force a sand check on me and Brandon.
Number
worse.
2 is does the explosion, like, or I guess does the armor of Will's, like, that just protects my physical being, but not like clothes or anything, right?
Yeah, I think because we did a test case on this, that it did seem to keep. Didn't it keep your clothes intact?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
stuff like his gun that was nearby got blasted.
Yeah, but there were certain things that your gun you had dropped earlier is under a pile of rubble, but you still have your sidearm on you, that little pistol you carry.
Yeah.
And your backpack seems to be, gone. And there's some minor tears, not equal to a dynamite blast on your clothes, but from other things.
Okay, so I've got Francis Morgan trying to pull me up and out of this temple.
Yeah, you can kind of hear him, or you can see that he's saying something, and you got Bandar Al-Jadi a little ways behind him, who isn't looking at you guys, but he's looking off elsewhere in the temple with a sort of horrified expression on his face, where somehow one of these Yemeni that were caught in the blast is sort of like stumbling towards the glowing opening that goes to Rillier, right? Like he's missing an arm, half the face is just hamburger and blood's, flowing freely down his body, like all the clothes. He's got like a little section of shirt sleeve still attached to him, but otherwise he's almost completely naked. And, that figure has an elated look on their face, and they're, making their way towards this opening.
All right. Well, I'll stand up with the aid of Dr. Morgan. And how far away is that guy?
Maybe 10 yards.
All right, I'll pull out that pistol and shoot him.
Start capping him.
Well, no, I can't allow anybody to go in there.
Okay.
As I don't know what will happen.
Yeah, we don't... Well, you can do your handgun roll for me. Maybe we'll fumble and something happened in the blast that... But
no
you don't
fumble,
actually have
but a
to...
failure.
Because he's moving pretty slow, so you can get it right up on him and basically execute him. But it takes a couple shots, He reacts to that first one, and it's a little like Italian 9mm or something you got there. So yeah,
it still does pretty decent damage, though.
7. So, you shoot him in the back, blows a hole in him, but he stumbles a few more steps, and the second shot for sure puts him down with only his arm outstretched towards this opening.
Cthulhu Fatagan.
Right.
And I'll shout, because I imagine my ears are still ringing a bit, that we can't allow anybody to go in there, but we should get out of here as our business is done.
Yeah, you can see like the way you had come when you were grouped up with Mr. Wentworth has been blocked off by a couple of these big pillars that stretch up to the ceiling and have come down. The room seems to be maintaining its overall integrity for now, but the way forward, or that way, is definitely messed up, which only gives you one way to go out of this area, and that's to the southeast there on the map.
Okay. Yeah, I'll point that direction and start heading that way.
If you were curious, there are 10 Yemeni remaining. What happens when you get to 0? Nobody knows. So yeah.
Nobody cares. That's the joke. Oh, man. Can I get in trouble for that? You got to hurry up and name the remaining 10.
Right.
So that way we actually...
That's how a lazy writer would do it if they wanted you to feel bad suddenly for them dying.
Mm-hmm.
Give them 10 minutes of backstory.
Because like the Bandars, I don't want them to die. I like them. They're, ride or die guys doing their job.
Okay, so you can see in this direction as you proceed down the hallway. I'll give you a spot hidden first.
No. Oh,
damn.
It's going to be one of those days.
Yep. I was used up all the cool points with the dynamite last session.
Oh, as an aside, I did some skill increase for Johann Mueller last session. I rolled all the ones you had checks on. You aced them all. Got 10 on every one of them. I think it was 3. I was like, you could. I don't know if it cuts it off from last session, but if you look at the chat log, you can go up and look at it happen. I was like, what? I shouldn't roll skill increases for things anymore. Okay, so anyhow, you head down in this direction, and you can see. You remember there being a few sand dwellers, 5, you think, in here, and some of them had moved off in the scuffle. And now you come across them, but you stumble across them in a fashion where, stealth or anything like that isn't an option. Although you do notice they look a little dazed themselves, at least as near as you can tell. They have very alien features, but you're both, surprised faces, surprised whatever they have at each other. And, you're with the light that you have, you're about, 8 yards away when you first spot them. You can kind of see them at first, like the obsidian type elements to them glimmering, and then you can make out the shape. So that's where you're at as you head down that way. What do you want to do?
Dynamite.
Well, there's only one thing you can do. Dynamite.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know if that pistol's going to be enough here. But I will pull out the bundle, or what's left of the bundle. Well,
Okay.
a couple sticks of the bundle, and I'll shout out. And they understood whatever Malcolm, so I'm hoping that they understand me. Is that
Okay.
if they don't want to meet the same fate as Malcolm, whatever his name is, and their brethren, that they'll clear the hallway.
Okay, throw out an intimidate there.
Not my best social skill.
Well, you're not certain that they're responding to you, but they pick up the pace and flee around the corner deeper into this maze. They'll be somewhere up ahead if you keep on going, but yeah, they kind of flee out of sight.
Well, I also know that this place changes, so maybe
Yeah.
that will be enough.
Well, you can give me a luck roll to see if that does happen.
So
Okay,
close.
Mullet. Did you want it to change or not to change? I forgot to ask.
Well, I mean, either way, I think I could survive one more of those.
Let's see. Get one sec here.
After this, it won't be the same for him. Just shooting a gun. Needs to be dynamite
Yeah.
But we also got some of those mortar shells, too.
Yeah. Strap those up.
He'll work his way up to the nuke eventually.
Okay, I will open the way forward and you can move into the new room.
Oh no. Now I've found my home.
Yes, the title gives it away. So this is a dark hall that widens out, and there's pillars like this weird metal that everything's constructed of. Though you see stuff like sculpting almost, so it's kind of odd. It doesn't seem to have the properties exactly of a metal, but you have columns on either side, and at the end, although the hallway continues beyond, is another one of these daises that you've seen. But unlike, the temple with Cthulhu, there's no great statue here. There's simply 2 basins bordering the dais and like a rotting silk, you think, cloth over something that's on top of the dais. You can give me a spot hidden as you look at it.
Hard success.
Something black and glimmering and liquid is in the 2 basins next to the dais. Cthulhu mythos.
Drink it.
Okay.
Every time he does that, it just burns,
failed.
usually.
I was also dip your finger in, see what the consistency is. All right.
This is 100% pure Colombian.
Well, let me wind you back here a little bit.
It's all acid.
As you approach the dais, it seems to react to you. So this is where you're yards away. It starts to, instead of just being a liquid lying in a basin, it starts to become like a form, like a pseudopod. It starts to come out of the dais. I'll say in reaction, you might pause going forward, and as you pause, it stops forming, basically. Although it sits there and it watches you like a snake. This would be out of either basin.
Okay. I'll examine it for a minute. Wave my hand back and forth, see if it follows.
Yeah, at first it just seems to be some sort of, because one pseudopod will go down while another comes out. So it's this sort of wild, mindless behavior. But you do get a glimmer that there's some sort of intelligence as it almost mimics the wave back with you. It doesn't give like a full 5 appendage hand at the end of the pseudopod, but it does like some sort of 3-fingered like little claw thing and does that at you. But remains in its basin for now.
We should get one of the many to go and collect a sample.
Well, there's one here with you. The other 3 died in the blast. One you shot, and then this one that ran with the direction Bandar went. So he's. Do you say that conversationally to Dr. Francis Morgan?
Yeah.
And he's like, I would say we should just go back the other way, but I guess we can't do that. He looks at the Yemeni, cocks an eyebrow.
We could just avoid it.
Can you tell him?
I don't speak that language.
Arabic, I don't think.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. But you do speak English, and you are a doctor. Maybe you should collect a sample.
Not that kind of doctor.
Doctor
that retires into a nice house and
an archaeologist.
Trying to think if I have any. I don't think I have anything other than my urine that Zathagua might want.
Well, let's see.
I feel like I ought to leave him something, though.
Where were you keeping your idol?
Prison pocket.
Well, it was, I believe it was still with, was it Matvey and Brown? Is that who else was hurt? Because they were using it to, worship and heal.
But they only needed that when they were healing on the tent at night. Or when they were sleeping.
I don't know that I would be carrying it with my... I guess it depends on how big and heavy it is. Yeah, if it's a smaller idol, I would still have it. If it's a big one, though, like something that I'd have to carry in my backpack, then I probably wouldn't.
Luck roll it. We'll see.
Yeah, it's elsewhere. Okay, well, we'll pause with you there, wondering what to do next, and we'll move back over to Mr. Wentworth.
Can you give me sight?
Oh, yeah, sure.
For Elias?
Sorry about that.
It's good.
He's got vision. He's got night vision. 3 yards of night vision. It dims at 1 yard. Okay.
There we go. Thank you.
All right, yeah, so you guys are back in this torture chamber, so give me a spot hidden as you cast about. You have 2 new ways to go from the torture chamber than where you just came from. So yeah, Jackson, you see that to the east, the familiar glow from the center, the glowing abyss area.
That's where we originally came through, right?
You have gone through there twice now. And then once before on your own journey, when you were sent down here with like Bo Whiteman and whatnot to see what was going on.
Hey, Mr. Wentworth, right over there. Seeing that glow.
All right, let's go check it out. I can't see a damn thing.
Mr. Wentworth. Oh, my damn ears are ringing.
One way is as good as another. As long as it gets us the hell out of here.
You ain't gonna hear me complain.
So yeah, when you head to the east, you can see that you can go towards the glow, but there are branches of this maze that go in like a southern direction, you think, that might take you elsewhere. So you have another choice as you proceed down that way.
I'm about going elsewhere. I'm about getting out of here. So
yeah, me too.
Okay, I'll open the way forward. Hold on a sec. And you guys would arrive there about 2:20. Oops, that's not the right thing.
I like to think Stanton's just got a slow-mo reload scene up top,
Right.
We're just sliding elephant rifle rounds into chamber. Mr. Stanton, we have to go.
So yeah, when you guys pretend you don't see Curtis Cooper there, but you do hear somebody faintly crying from like the center of this room. You hear him at the stage when you can pick it up, you can hear him. He's like, "Oh, Mom, help me, Mom," and you recognize it to be Curtis Cooper's voice. It's somewhat muffled. You don't know if that's an effect of the fog in this room, or if he's coming from like around the corner or something. But something's causing the sound not to be clear.
Cooper, is that you?
Yeah,
I've been looking for you.
I need help. I fell.
You idiot. Why'd you run off like that?
Oh, I was real scared, Mr. Wentworth.
Grow a pair of balls. I'll start looking around for a way to, like, if there's a way to get down to him. Or...
Yeah, I'll try to keep him talking. Keep talking so we can find you, boy.
Yeah, so when you move towards the sound and you realize, I think you had found it earlier, but moving towards the center of this room, you move to like a big open chasm, right? Like you know that if you go up, it's a crack that's in IREM.
Yeah.
And if you go down, the chasm gets pretty big, and it seems like there's like the mist coalesce more deeper into the chasm. Now he has fallen off that onto a ledge about 20 feet down.
Okay.
And he's just laying there on his back, like looking up. And what was the last thing you said? Grow a pair of balls?
Yeah.
Keep talking?
Yeah.
He's like, help me. I want to come up. I'll try to be braver, but he's further down here.
Who?
We could just go down.
Oh, he's lost it, Jackson. We got some rope.
I don't want to, though. I got to take care of my mom, but...
Yeah, well, your mom's up here, son. Just hold tight.
Oh, yeah, why don't you tell us about who's down there while we try to figure out something to get you up.
Why don't you both shoot a charm out there? I guess Wentworth has the I'm going to make fun of you charming manner, and Jackson has his...
Do you want a luck to see if we got rope or...
No, between Jackson and Wentworth are both the kind fumble.
My charm. Because of these penalties, man.
Grow a pair of balls again.
Just roll off the edge.
Why don't you just go to him, huh? You want to talk about him so much.
Yeah, you get this rope out and you start, looking for a way maybe to tie it off. You realize quite rapidly that you'll have to have one of you, hold the rope while the other one goes down and gets him. If he can't hold him, but hold himself up.
Your legs working, boy?
No, I think I hurt one real bad, but I think you'll just have to tell my mom that I love her. I'm going to go down now. And you realize
we got some rope.
It's more than his leg, you think. Something more fundamental, not quite like a spine injury, but he's really having difficulties moving both his legs.
Yeah.
But he starts sort of dragging himself to the edge of the ledge that he's currently on, like he's going to go join him.
Wentworth,
You feel the capital H when he talks about...
I hate to be the guy to ask this of you, but I don't think that's a good idea.
How strong is Jackson?
70.
You're going to have to hold this rope, and I'm going to have to go down there and get him.
All right.
He's just a kid. I can't leave him down there.
And it's going to be worse if he makes it down to whatever he's going towards.
Yeah.
So if you can't drag him up, put him down.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
All right. I'll hand him one end of the rope, and I'll kind of wrap the other end around me, and, Godspeed, Mr. Wentworth.
He's got a build of 0, I believe Mr. Wentworth does, so it's nothing that needs tests on your ends, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, I got to build a 1.
Right. But we'll just take you can realize that despite how impaired he is, he will eventually be able to crawl his way down into the abyss. So you do have a kind of a time limit, so we'll do a climb check.
There, penalties.
Oh, man. Now they're both down there.
No, he hasn't started. This is you realizing that you might not make it in time unless you do something drastic, i.e. push the roll.
Well, we all got to die.
Oh, you made it this far. You're almost scot-free.
He's a hero.
This is a Stephen King book in the making right here.
You can also, if you don't like the rope, you can just hold on to it. You can, if you got better jump, just try to, it's 20 feet. It's going to hurt, you know that, but it's also possible just to jump down.
And
although
then use
mad.
the rope back up.
Yeah.
I don't even have. No, it's the same.
Okay.
I say you just pull out your pistol and put the boy down. And then you tell yourself when you go to bed. Oh, that it was to prevent him from unleashing an eldritch horror, but you were just scared.
Yeah. So basically, out of the desperation to get to him before he goes off the edge, that's what I'm using my jump for.
Okay.
So I'll get down there,
Right.
but
Let me just look at falling per 10 feet. So
think
you
it's
failed
the
the jump,
same.
so it's 2d6 damage as you'll land on impact.
okay. Does my armor defend from this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's something I find funny in like the RuneQuest is armor defense against falling.
Yeah.
So you can really armor yourself up and like.
I mean, the more mundane forms of armor wouldn't, but this operates in that way.
Yeah, if I'd known that, I just would have.
Just would have jumped
Jumped
right. Well,
down.
you can't be sure, right? If
Yeah.
you put yourself in the character. I mean, you know it worked against the mortar, but,
Yeah.
like it's still...
Now, like, you don't, like, maybe like 10 years from now, your kid's going to fall.
Just a little
Yeah,
random.
right.
Yeah. Like one of Wentworth's kids is going to fall off a chair and it's going to take more damage than it should.
But it is still a...
Or your
like,
brother, your younger brother when you were kids and he broke his arm.
Yeah.
So it is still like what we call a failed push, even though you did a skill switch. It's about the goal, which is to stop him from. So basically, you jump. You don't land well, but something stops the damage. From really affecting you. But you still have like a lot of inertia you're dealing with. So you're trying to stop yourself from going further down to join him, and he's on his way down. So you have one chance to grab him, and that's with a dex roll. Because he's like pretty much got his head and shoulders over the edge there. All he's got to do is one push so it's like grabbing a leg to keep him from going.
I'll use 23 luck.
On your decks?
Can you do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Yeah, so he was about to go, and all you get is you like by happenstance, two of your fingers get through some of the laces on his boots, right? Which weren't the boots he was going to wear on this expedition, but his mom got these boots for him.
Yeah.
And she dug out the savings and put a nice pair of boots on him so they hold up. And you're just like, it would hurt normally, but, something's stopping this. So you're just holding them by these two fingers.
Yeah.
And I think in Curtis's case, just like Jackson doesn't have difficulty bearing your weight. Let's see, Curtis is -2 build. He's a pretty small fella, so he's light, like a 90-pound teenager, basically, right?
He's Captain America before he became
Right.
Captain America.
It's still too much for two fingers, but you get enough time to get your other hand over and grab the ankle or something and start pulling him up.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm coming. But then, he starts going, and he's like, oh, Mr. Wentworth.
Shut up, kid.
Father, no.
Get up here.
And you see
Get
that
control of yourself.
dawning look of horror on his face once he has a realization about what was about to happen,
Yeah.
that you've stopped from happening. And once you get him up to where he can use his upper body, he just holds on to you like a terrified child, which is an apt description at this moment.
All right. There. Come on. Let's get you up, and I'll, tie him with the rope and
Yeah.
pull him up.
All right, what do you want?
For him, if you want to do both,
No, it's just
then
him.
we'll do something. But if you do one at a time, nothing
Yeah, we'll just
is required from Jackson's part.
Yeah.
But yeah, he comes up, and you have a moment to linger down there on the ledge, and there's a pull beyond the call of the void. You feel,
Yeah.
and you see that if you spend, more time, it's a wonder that Curtis didn't do that before you got here. How long had he been here?
Yeah.
Because you just feel it. It's magnetic, and you just like take an involuntary step towards it before you get a grip on yourself, and you keep a firm hand on the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then Curtis is up, and that rope end is thrown back down again, and you can.
All
climb
right,
to your
Wentworth, your turn.
Okay.
Wentworth.
Thank
Wentworth.
you. No, I'm going down to him, I say.
Son of a.
Just kidding. Pull me up.
Getting too old for this.
Maybe we should throw a dynamite down there.
Well, I was like, ever since I heard that there's a chasm, the chasm longs for the dynamite.
Yeah.
Like all of it. You need to fill a chasm with dynamite. So it's my Minecraft days that tell me that is so.
Yeah.
All right. we'll pause there with you guys and head back to the Hall of Sathagua, where Mr. Wentworth is looking at these. You're pretty sure it's a creature of unknown origin. You've seen many diagrams in the Liber Ivanus of creatures that fit this description, but for whatever reason, the knowledge that you might have gained from that reading, you're not able to pull it to the fore. So you're just left with an open question on what it is or what it will do or what you should do. You floated this idea of sending the Yemeni forward. I'm seeing if... So yeah, there's kind of a divide between you and Francis Morgan at this stage and Bandar and the Yemeni, because Bandar and the Yemeni speak Arabic and you guys speak English, so you're both looking at each other. So when, you carefree say, send the Yemeni forward, they have no idea. They might pick up on Yemeni, but so they're waiting for some sort of, like pantomime type, because you've given, maybe not you so much, but people have given them many commands just by using body language or pantomiming motions. So you can still stick with that if you want.
I guess it will depend on if I have any type of containers. So we'll see.
You don't. Your bag is missing. So you have like your gun, anything you might carry in your pockets. Maybe like a water, like a canteen at your belt is still there. So you have a liter of water. But Francis Morgan has his travel pack, and he'll be happy to give you a canteen from it.
Yeah, if he's got a container, then I'll gesture towards that and then towards the thing, and I'm like scooping it out and then hand it out to the Yemeni.
You're gonna scoop the stuff out and hand it out to the Yemeni?
No, I'd say I'm gonna
gotcha.
Mime.
Go get some.
Yeah,
right?
Scooping. Yeah, basically like point to him, point to that, point to the container, and then mimic scooping it. Right, and then fingers. Call like 2 inches apart, right, for like a little bit.
Okay.
And then hand the container.
Yeah, Dr. Francis Morgan, he says, okay, let's just not be down here too much longer. I don't have any more water than that.
Don't drink the eldritch goop.
I guess we'll see what happens. But he hands it over to you. You empty it out. You pass it to the Yemeni, who looks at it, uncertainly, but he has sort of probably like... There's kind of an implicit trust that you're giving him some direction that will move you guys forward, which you might be, but it might not move him forward with you. But you can see it's a trust born of, you wouldn't call him a simpleton exactly, but he's obviously not educated. And he doesn't know what kind of danger could lie in this sort of thing. So he creeps forward cautiously. Just a sec here.
Can I want to try and influence whatever this stuff is to just go into the container. Can I try that with a power roll?
Yeah, at the extreme level, or mythos if that's higher.
Extreme success.
Unbelievable. Extreme.
As this will further the Church of Zathagua, because this is like having a living portion of God in your possession.
Does it understand it to go into the canteen, or does it go into the Yemeni?
We'll find out.
Yeah, so that is kind of what it doesn't go into the Yemeni. It flows like with these little probing tendrils that move in and out. It touches the open lip of the canteen and the Yemeni's outstretched arm and kind of probes into it a little bit, but then flows down the canteen and then his arm. And that's when he starts freaking out, right? And it very rapidly, like the way a snake might strike or a Venus flytrap will close. It's, it's like an instant just engulfs the Yemeni like all around him. And you hear a scream that's cut off once it's like swallowed in this thing. But like in that moment, seeing its whole form, which triggers the sand roll, by the way. You can go ahead and... So it's a D10 on a loss there, John.
There are no losses when Sathagua is so near, Herr Kimber, there are gifts.
That puts me at 18.
Back into the state.
Into my
wisdom.
natural state.
Right. So it looks like only Dr. Francis Morgan is the only one who passed it. He still loses 1 point. Let me see about Bandar.
I did fail my intelligence, if this one gets an intelligence.
No, it does. They all do.
I guess that would be explained by like how some people can like disregard certain doctrines or parts of a doctrine. You know, like I believe all this stuff over here, eldritch gods, star babies, stuff. But ooze, nah, that ain't real.
But okay, so yeah, Bandar, what does he do? You know, he jumps backwards, you know, like putting his rifle on his shoulder, but he's well enough trained that he doesn't, you know, go off half cocked, but he's aiming at the now covered form of the Yemeni. So you have this man-shaped black ooze creature there that's slowly kind of sinking into the ground, and a horrible realization, you know, that the Yemeni's being compacted into the inside of this creature. And that's what kind of like breaks you. It's not really the guilt of sending somebody forward. What breaks you is this feeling of unbearable shame that you would not recognize the guards of mighty Sathagua, like the moment you saw them, and you wouldn't remember Sathagua's words as they were written out in the Liber Ivanus. They were printed many times, and that's the Latin Sadoque, or it's sorry, I forgot it. Manducari, Procreari, and or Somnum Manducari Procreari.
Yeah,
is what the words are, and it's said in one of those stories that this is when you see yourself before Sathagua or his guards. This is what you say. So you now, in your madness, in your indefinite madness, although you don't have a bout of madness, again you realize this hall is filled with all of your companions that had died, traveling to this point to before the dais of Sathagua, that there's something there that you've all come here to look at, to get. You're not sure, but it's there underneath that satin or the silk cloth that's, you know, there's something like ball or egg shaped underneath that silk cloth, you think. And what's happening to this poor Yemeni is just a side detail. His ascension is perfect. Your journey continues along with those of the victorious dead.
For when one seeks to elevate themselves. Sorry, go for it.
I knew I forgot something, as I'll mutter that, and I'll approach that dais, and then I'll say those Latin words.
Yeah, Dr. Francis Morgan, he's like, don't do that, Mr. Thompson. And he stayed back, obviously. He's still like eyes wide at the fate of the Yemeni. But you march forward saying the words, and the other formless spawn and the other basin, you know, is reacting similarly when you approach. But it comes out a little bit, but it stops short of engulfing you like the Yemeni did. And it sort of like it raises, you know,
the hallelujah
hands as you approach the dais. And all that is before you is some egg/ball shaped thing beneath a silk cloth.
It is.
It's all I'll take, or I'll take it.
Okay.
Say his will be done.
Yeah, you know, although you're uncertain of the knowledge, the same way you were uncertain that the ghosts of Irem will return at dawn. They'll flow back into the chasm for a brief period, destroying whatever's in the halls. You know, this knowledge comes from the subconscious memory of your readings of the Liber Ivanus, and something else beyond that, you think. Things that you had buried away ever since you went into the Corbett house that you shouldn't have, but it's all flowing back now. You know that these won't harm. You have completed the objective. You may all pass into the next hall if you wish. That's what you can tell your companions.
Yes, I will. As we've passed his test. The ascended will be forever blessed to sit in his belly, and we may pass to the next hall.
Yeah, they seem very unconvinced, but you have you have a zealot's certainty. So Bandar, who's the braver of the two, takes some steps in between those two basins, and he's unmolested. So when Dr. Francis Morgan sees that, he joins in, and you guys pass the only other way you can go, and you're carrying that shape in the cloth and like in your arm, crooked in your elbow, like a football.
Yes.
And there's sort of a pulsating warmth coming from it.
Like a baby.
Like a baby, yeah. Craning it, swaying. All right, we'll pause there with you and head back over to the glowing abyss. And Mr. Wentworth and Jackson Elias just rescued Curtis Cooper.
Can you walk, Cooper?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm going to have to carry him. All right. Yeah, I'll fireman carry him.
In the short term, it doesn't have a huge impact. In the long term, it'll increase the exhaustion, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But he is pretty light.
Just like a sack of taters. Come on. Wentworth, which way we heading? Or is he up?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we got ways to the east and ways to the west. And I don't remember which way we came.
I don't think it much matters.
You can roll an intelligence roll. I can tell you the last path you went down when you were in here.
Yeah, but I have that memory problem. So let's do penalty.
Does Elias have penalties on these? Or because I haven't been...
No, you don't have that one.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, the problem is when you get in here, you lose... Well, you just don't have enough vision to make like a heads or tails of it. One time you went to the left and you came to the soonest passage, and one time you went to the right and you came to the soonest passage. So the only option is to do one of those things again, or a third choice would be to continue on past one of those passages and see if there's something else. But how would you know it's not just something you've already been down?
Well, let's just go this way.
The one you're standing next to?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, in my mind, one's as good as another.
Okay.
We just got to keep moving since I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Elias would probably ultimately agree with him, but...
You guys can give me a listen roll when you're standing there.
Listen.
Nope. I got damn Cooper.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mama.
I don't think I ever rolled anything out of the 90s this whole game.
You haven't.
No, you're kind of messed up. Like... There are worse things than taking hit point damage, and we are finding them.
You're having the good rolls for the climax window.
Yeah.
All right. So,
well, yeah, the boss battle was the climax, and now it's all just needed to be over.
So, as I've described a few times, this maze is like a child's maze. A lot of the twists and turns, they don't lead anywhere to a dead end very abruptly, and you can see back to the way that you're supposed to go, like the main vein that leads to a new room. However, in this particular case, when you go down a stretch, you actually do have a choice to make. You can go one way or the other, and since you fail your listen rolls, you really don't have any indication which way would be preferable.
Yeah.
So you have the right or the left path, basically, at a certain short point.
Well, normally I'd say we take the right path, but because this is an evil temple, I say we take the left.
Yeah.
The left path it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
My favorite. All right, so a quick bounce back over to Mr. Thompson is, unbeknownst to any of you guys, when this maze does its configuration change, it does so silently with, very little indication that it's occurred. And somewhere outside of your realm of understanding, this does occur. But because you are in such an enlightened state currently, Thompson, you can feel, a gentle rumble seems to originate from in your chest to know that something is occurring in the maze. And so it turns out just so that the configuration changes, that as you are leaving the hall of Sathagua, you run into Mr. Wentworth coming the other way, basically. So at some point, you guys see the lantern light
suddenly wink into existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll call out to it.
So hold on a sec here. Let me open this up for you.
As I can make out that it's Mr. Wentworth, or it's only light that I'm seeing?
Yeah, so first you see the light, right? So I'll open that up. I'll open the ways forwards for both the groups here.
We went down this way.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember what am I doing? Don't move the map. That this part's sort of representative, so I can do this sort of thing. Be much more complicated to make a shifting real map, although I worked at it for a while.
Yeah, I think it could get very complicated very quickly.
Yeah.
I think you could do it where a bunch of different tile sets saved on the DM layer and then just move them around, or a bunch of different pages, but a lot of that can get...
So here, I'll move that tile in there so they left the Hall of Sithagua. So you can see dimly as you guys meet behind them the dais and the basins that they had left, and now you can't even see it really, but the formless guard of Sithagua is just, it had completely crushed down the Yemeni and ate them or whatever it did with them, and it's just sort of flowing up on the other side of the basin to rest again. You can't see that, thankfully. You just see Mr. Thompson come in the other way, and he's carrying something wrapped in silk cloth, like
rotted silk.
He's very gentle about it and like fixed on it as he's walking, but flanking him are Dr. Francis Morgan and Bandar Al-Jadi.
A good deal shades paler.
Right.
Thompson, thank Jesus. We got to get out of here. I don't know where the hell I am.
Wentworth, it's nice to run into you again. As I agree, though, we do need to get out of here before their souls return.
How the hell he survived that blast, Mr. Wentworth?
Oh, I give up asking questions down here.
I remember that.
So this light pulled you off your original course. The way you were going to go was that way up there.
Yeah, let's come on, follow us. I know the way.
Okay, you can make a psychology roll, though, as both you and Wentworth and Jackson, as you're looking at Mr. Thompson. If you need to. You guys have thought he was insane this entire time.
Well, it comes with being a vacuum cleaner salesman or whatever he was.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Success. Yeah, look at that.
He's smiling now, Wentworth. Something is off about that boy.
There's definitely something off about him.
Did you update his token yet?
No.
Oh.
I'll have to.
As I updated my avatar, I don't know if you guys can see it.
They would have to have them turned on, I think. I don't. So.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, that's
do
a
that.
nice smile you got there, lunatic.
Yeah, so that's, he normally has a neutral, what he thinks is a neutral expression, but looks kind of, grim, 1,000-yard stare. But now has this look of elation on his face, so both of you can put him into the Curtis Cooper category of he's gone bonkers and he's not to be trusted.
Yeah,
That's a technical term I always prefer when writing my books. I
Right.
make a special note about that.
Right.
That's when Mr. Thompson went bonkers.
Oh, I'm still bringing the ghost of a Yemeni with us. I guess I can delete that token.
Well, in some ways, they'll always remain with us, Travis. We
Right.
carry our sins with us.
Okay, so let's see. Let's go our original path here.
And what's that he's got carrying? What's that he got cradled with him, Mr. Wentworth?
yeah, that's actually a good question. What you got there, Thompson?
I don't know yet, but it's important.
It's what I
do know
here
that.
For.
Yeah, whatever you say.
I've been on a couple of these rodeos before, Mr. Wentworth. There's a point and a time where you just start shooting.
I'm at the point in time where we just keep moving.
All right, Mr. Thompson, or Mr. Wentworth, whatever you say, boss.
All right. So you, this sensation that you have, Mr. Thompson, of these changes occurring, they don't really give you an indication of right or wrong unless you do that extreme power roll thing again you had when your sight was gone. And right or wrong is dependent on your goal. So it's wherever you would be trying to go in this place.
Get it.
Okay. So you're just stuck with whatever happens. So I'll open.
But I
the way
will
forward.
ask, what is his name? Dead kid that we brought along.
Thaddeus Grunwald?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I'll
that's
ask
right.
him how to. Hey, I need some help getting out of here.
You know the way?
And he says, "Oh, Mr. Thompson, we can't leave yet. We need
There's still
to get to the library.
still so much to show you. So many sights, Mr.
You
Thompson.
carry his scion. You must know how to raise it."
All right, so
So you come in the non-destroyed path back to the Temple of Cthulhu
Ah,
from a different orientation. You see the collapsed pillars, like right here,
yeah.
blocking that way.
Oh, then you know what I'll do?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go over right here, see if my rifle's laying on the ground.
if you can find it, give me a luck roll.
I
This
don't
is
got
when-
any more luck now.
I know.
This is when we realize that there's actual multiple
Got
layers
it.
of the temple.
Nice. There's my right. Is that my gun? It is my gun.
Yeah, so they were in a similar situation to where Mr. Thompson's was. So we'll get another luck roll from you, Thompson. Maybe he'll find yours at the same time. He does, but the stock of it, like most of it, is buried underneath rubble. You could spend some time to remove it, but things, for sure, the scope wouldn't operate for you. But there could be worse problems.
Well,
But yours, by the luck,
yeah, this gun served me well.
yeah, it's still.
And now,
It survived 2 near direct explosions.
I should mention that, dynamite's a concussive blast. There's not a lot of fire in it, right?
yeah,
Thompson is not only smiling like that, he is covered in the gore of Malcolm Garwell, like head to toe.
okay,
Because he was the block from his
Yeah.
disintegrating body. So that's also what's happening. Now, Dr. Francis Morgan can reason that he was just near dynamite exploding, so that makes sense, I mean, that too, but
Yeah.
you also saw it from your end where he went and ran and grabbed a hold of him.
all right. Well, after that explosion, I was up here, so that's clearly not the way to go. That's clearly the only way to go.
Which place? Sorry, I missed the ping.
Well, no, I didn't. I mean, I was up here to the north. That's where
Yeah.
I was. But so obviously we don't need to go that way, but there's nowhere else in the temple to go.
I mean, with time and
So I guess we could
some
go.
leverage, you could possibly dig that out.
We could try going back to that mist room.
Let's
Pick
go
one of
this-
the other paths.
What about this way to the left here?
Sorry, I missed a ping.
Or wait, that's where we came
Yeah, that's back towards the mist
Yeah,
room.
you can still see the glow
from. Yeah.
from there. That you guys can all give me an idea roll. All the player characters, actually.
Extreme success.
Nice.
I ain't got no idea.
Well, Jackson, you have a logical approach that, this thing may change around, but something has to be steady in it. And so you think that the glowing abyss is something that could be used as a way to navigate, and in the sense that it's always going to be in the center of relation to what's moving around this, right?
It quite possibly could be because they got that thing down in the bottom of that chasm.
Yeah.
The maze might not be able to move it. We could use it as a lodestone.
You're making a lot of sense.
Now, Thompson, you come by the same information just at a different way. You have pieced together before you were insane that these corpses were acting as sort of like batteries in a way to power up whatever occurs down here. And, the configuration change, they do so at a rate and a reason for the needs of what lies in the center, So it happens for his needs. Now, in this case, his is not Sathagua. You know that. What's at the center is not aimed at Sathagua. So either way, you guys know heading back there, you'll be in the center
Yeah.
at least. So
Yeah, we
Let's
should
go
go
back
that
there
way.
and pick a different direction. We know what's this way now.
okay, it's opened up.
How about up this way? North is up, and we're underground, and we want to go up. So this is the way to go.
Makes sense to me, boss.
Okay, by now we've reached about 3:00. There's actually some good distances between rooms and the mazes and stuff. You go on for a while, so you usually have between 5 to 10 minutes of travel every time you go from a named room to a named room, and then on top of whatever discussion or whatever you do in there that occurs, so we can actually bring good old Mr. Stanton into the mix. Let me turn Jackson's vision off for a moment.
All right.
Plunge him into darkness.
I'm blind. You see, I'm bad, Jackson. You're good, Jackson. You're a little goody two-shoes.
Bring down Mr. Stanton. Who else was with you? We had Anwar.
Yeah. Green, Flanagan, Marco. I think I was leaving a good chunk back to guard the caravan if it had to pull out without us, including my tracker. So he's back there. I would have switched out from my elephant rifle. We'd be loaded up with dynamite. We'd probably have a plunger or a line for it to work with a plunger if they had that. And that would have been my last orders to Nigel, is that, you know, when you take over this caravan, you're going to do so by pushing this plunger down as that sun rises in the east, knowing that you killed us all. But I think that's about it. Maybe some Yemeni, but I didn't want to take too many of them because they need to drive what remains of the...
Yeah, you had 10 left back in the camp, so you can make your decision now.
I'll take 2, and they're just carrying dynamite.
Okay.
And not that Stanton knows, but they'd probably be blindfolded just so the horrors can't take them.
Okay, and you probably want a torch.
Yeah, torches or lanterns or electric torches if we can afford them.
Okay, I should have put one in there. Can you see okay up in your...
I can see a square around me.
Just one square?
Yeah.
Did that torch not come up?
I don't see it. There it goes. All right, so it's going to be plain and simple. We go in, we begin to lay as much dynamite around the damned place as possible. Shout out for our friends, or our companions, and pray to God that when we find them, they're not stark raving mad. Anyone that goes to bolt, let them. Hopefully they'll bolt back towards camp. Anyone that becomes violent, including myself, put them down. And those are the orders.
All right, so this is your first time being in here, so they rigged up a pulley with a loop you could put your foot in, lower yourself down the well. When you get to about, 20-ish feet down, there's a small opening in the borders of the well that leads into the very first part, the entrance of this area. And when you walk in, the tunnels are small and cramped and are made of something like metal. And at periodic distances, they have these glass cases that have these freakish mummified creatures inside looking. Your first instinct is to think of the serpent folk as you saw them when you were killing them on the way here, and you'd see the change occur, right? But there's something different. They're shorter for one. Their hands and feet are very human-like, and in fact, even the feet seem as clever as the hands in the sense that they can articulate more than human feet do. But then they have enlarged heads, seal-like eyes. For whatever reason, the eye is preserved in the mummification, and they still look as liquid and dewy as some sort of living creature. But at a glance, they appear dead. And of course, they are worth a sanity roll. So we'll get that out of the way.
Ooh.
Nice.
Why isn't it a fumble? Can you not fumble sand?
I think you should be able to.
Is Joseph going this crazy that he teleported to the entrance? Or is he not supposed to be here?
Oh, did I bring you here?
I'll still do my sanity roll. As I'm shooting for a 5 by the time we're done.
Well, let me move you away. I didn't realize.
And all the benefits that come with it, like seeing.
Well, you got a little advanced knowledge from your insanity. Okay.
They're
so
coming.
It's a D6. My understanding that the default fumble on a sand roll was the max loss.
Okay. Is that what you want to do, or?
Yeah. So we'll do the max 6. So definitely, you can go and shoot at an intelligence.
3. Of course, you'd succeed at an intelligence roll now, Stanton.
I think that was mine. It's that little
sticky keys.
Yeah. Okay, and Yemeni. Okay, let's see how the madness takes this fresh group here. We have Flanagan, who fails. I really don't like the NPC roll. Why are you making me compare to their value? Pass for Marco. Pass for Anwar. 1 pass, 1 fail for the Yemeni. Okay. So it's 0 or D6. So only Flanagan and one of the Yemeni fail. They take a little light slap on the sanity wrist. Their leader will be messed up. Now, we talked a little bit about the idea you had for a temporary bout of madness, but I think it might have been off recording for Stanton, like how you saw him losing his marbles, which you do. So now let me roll the bout of madness thing. So it'll be full 10 rounds of it. The roll would have either procced the existing mania of yours or given you a new mania, but we can discuss your idea. I don't know if you remember. I'm a little foggy on it now. I know it was sort of a variation on.
Yeah, it's like
a blood.
it's like
rage.
He becomes violent, but with like almost a suicidal tendency to it. Kind of like a, so he'd be in it, but it would have to have someone kind of there, like almost questioning him to like trigger the actual part of it. And I think I even said then it was almost designed to allow him to continue to function without like running away or doing stuff like that, where it's like, anyone that's like side-eyeing him right now, it's like, well, you going to do it? You want to take this leadership role, pull the trigger, and if they didn't, then he'd just off them. So
okay, so
or try to.
So you come into this area, you hold up your lantern and you look around and you see these things. And here's the problem for Stanton, is when you're fighting a big worm that can dig into the earth, at the end of the day, from his perspective, it's still a beastie. It may have had intelligence, but that didn't matter. You could kill it like a beastie and you can overcome it. When you look at these things, and you get the feeling that this is a place not for the living. It's not for humans. It wasn't designed for you. There's kind of an offense to that, to the natural order of the world. You are out in nature all the time. You know the order. You depend on the order. And these things, they seem to supersede that. And so does this place. So the obsession you have is your goal that you intended was to bring your dynamite. But now you have the suicidal aspect to it. So I'd say you're going to whip your team forward to do this at least for the next 10 rounds, no matter the wiser thought that might come up.
These creatures are an affront. They think that they are better than me, than humans. And I'm here to prove that we are the apex. We are the predators. We're the ones that now call the thunder and the fire, not these disgusting, mummified remnants of a forgotten, bygone age. So no, that's like Stanton will like see that. Yeah, and he'll be like, disgusting. And he'll walk over to one of the mummified, like sarcophagi creatures or whatever they are. And he'll just put a bundle
right on it.
Right in, right on it. And, going to light you up.
So,
wire the whole damned place.
As a leader of men, you keep an eye on your men and you see fear, and that doesn't disturb you because fear is a natural response. But the one thing that does disturb you, and you can filter it through your maddened state however you wish, is that for the first time ever, you see Ray like falter in the execution of his duties. Like for a beat, he's just sort of like taking a few steps back towards the well entry. It's like a cowardice, you might take it. So I'll let you run with it from there.
Oh man, like I'm in my maddened state. A normal sane Stanton understands that people run. Mm-hmm. And so it's one of those things. It's like a drunk night where someone got a little too drunk and said something they shouldn't or tried to do something that they shouldn't. And so the next day you're just like, hey, you were too drunk. We forget. It's just done. It's over.
Right.
But this Stanton might not. So he might, suddenly snap towards Flanagan, like, Flanagan, do your job.
To Flanagan's credit, after that beat and the few steps backward, he does snap to, maybe a little more rattled than the rest, and then start
Everyone else gets a chance to show fear, but not you, Flanagan.
You're the one I depend on.
You're my meat grinder.
All right, so back in the glowing abyss as you guys travel away from it, give me a listen roll.
Success.
Failure. Because I got that damn boy.
Hey, a success. Look at that.
Well done.
Did you want me to stop rolling for Elias?
No, it's fine if
Okay,
you want to hop in there.
sorry.
It saves me a little work, although I usually wait for the PCs to see if we get a success there. Then I don't really bother with the NPCs. But so both Thompson and Wentworth, you hear the reassuring, perhaps not reassuring, gruff sound of Mr. Stanton echoing, down the maze. It's wherever it's coming from, it's out of sight, but you're drawing towards it. He is ahead.
Yeah.
Wire this place up good. I don't mean to be fodder down here with a bunch of
So I'll open that up for you.
disgusting lizards. You mean to be well away from this place by sunrise.
Hey, I hear Stanton up there. I'll start crying out. Stanton, we're coming. Don't shoot us. We got to get out of here.
I'll consider it.
I don't even have a character.
Because it's the insanity.
How did this occur?
When I teleported to the entrance, probably.
I'll drag you back out.
Thompson.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Breaking time and space and roll 20.
Yeah.
I tried to drag
There you go.
Mr. Wentworth with me, but he got lost in the in-between.
I'm in charge. I'm up here.
Okay, I'll add your madness to the turn tracker so we can count you down. So you're possessed to destroy this place for its affront to the natural order. When your companions come walking back, you see Mr. Wentworth in the lead there. Jackson.
Psychology checks for them so they have
Yeah.
some warning.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead as you're coming, as you get a good view of his face, which, you do from as soon as you see him, basically.
Looks too similar to when I look inwards. Which means it looks fine.
My head's ringing too much to pay any attention.
Yeah, you can roll one for Jackson if you want to, Chris, if you still got his character sheet open.
Yeah. Extreme.
Yeah, so there's like a little tug at your sleeve, and he's like, I think we might be the only sane ones down here. Mr. Wentworth.
Stanton ain't looking too good, Mr. Wentworth.
Well,
Tread carefully, friend.
okay. Yeah, be on your guard.
So you've seen, when Jackson draws your attention to it and you take another look, you've seen the same look on him when he's charting the course for the day, right? That is, he knows exactly where to go. And once it's charted, it might as well be a commandment from God given to Moses.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to get in the way of that. So he has some course of action in his head. You just can't tell what, other than what he's saying, we're going to blow the whole place up,
Yeah.
which might be it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Good idea. And then we got to get out of here. So I'll help. I got dynamite. I'll start putting it on stuff.
Remember that it shifts. It's always shifting.
Yeah, so Thompson says that's worrisome for you, Stanton. You want to do a thorough job. You're, in fact, driven to do it by now. We'll tick you down one.
Yeah, this place is changing all the time.
That wiring up just this area, sure, it'll close the entrance, but will it destroy the affront to the natural order that you seek?
Of course not. Nothing does that.
Well, I don't know how much easier it would be, but it's the hallways, you see. If you just put the dynamite in the hallways, it'll take it wherever it goes.
Do the work for us.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
tossing a log into the river.
Then you got to time the lighting the fuse, and we don't know when.
I asked Travis.
So do you got like a plunger?
Yeah,
thing?
he hasn't confirmed it yet, but yeah, we were just a bunch of det cord and a plunger.
Yeah, I think you can do that. Depending on the manner in which you're going to send this place flying, we might have to start doing a luck roll at a certain point. But
I like the way you think, Mr. Thompson. We wire it up, send it on down. If what happens as you say it does, the halls will do the work for us.
Now, at your back, Thompson, are Thaddeus Grunwald, Demu, and Ibrahim. Ibrahim and Ademu still singing their mouthless tongueless chorus just to whisper through their destroyed neck vocal cord area. And Thaddeus goes, "But the scion, Mr. Thompson, you must know how to care for it. It's in the library." Now, you're only indefinitely insane, which means you can choose to... You're still in control of your character, but these are very strong. You should treat them like they're real until you try to ignore it, which is a sand roll. Be difficult for you to do. And then you take more sand loss if you fail that sand roll.
I know how to care for it, as Zathagua has shown me. I've felt its hunger before. I know what it needs.
No, you must go to the library.
You didn't even make it to the desert.
I'm here with you now, Mr. Thompson. We're all here.
Maybe it just needs to eat you.
Quit talking to
I'll
yourself,
start
Thompson.
stroking stroking whatever it is.
The man's mad.
Yes.
Everybody down here's
Hunger.
lost it. It's time to get out of here.
Brandon, give me an idea. Roll your intelligence.
With a penalty?
Um,
I ain't got any ideas.
so, sorry.
1 sec here. So, Mr. Jackson Elias, again at your shoulder, he says, there's a lot of stuff going all different directions here. But
You
I think
noticed?
if you want to live, Mr. Wentworth, the way out is right there.
Yep, I agree. But, so let me just finish placing this dynamite here.
All right, I'm with you.
And we got to get Cooper out anyway because he's injured. So
All right, sorry, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah. Stanton would just be stringing up a bunch of dynamite with deck cord, and then he'd wait for Thompson, what he's saying. You kind of just toss it down into a room and then wait for the shift to happen.
Right. Yeah, you don't know if that will keep your wire intact, though.
It's a lot of deck cord, and we can only pray.
So Thompson, from the orientation of this room, you have, where you came from, which you can still see the glowing from that way.
Might not want to throw the dynamite that one.
But you also have 2 separate ways besides going back out into Irem, one to the west and to the south of this room, where you'd have a series of hallways. And so Stanton's throwing some dynamite down one of those currently. What's going to be the move after that?
As well, I need to figure out how to awaken this thing. I can't do it down here, not when all the spirits are going to be coming back.
Oh, yeah, that's
Because I don't have much
say.
time. As I'm going to continue out after I give that suggestion.
Okay.
Yes, you lot better clear out. Man at work here. You have until dawn, then Nigel's going to blow this whole place up. At least what dynamite will explode, we'll have to wait and see.
yeah, come on, Jackson. Let's get out of here.
All right, so Thompson and Jackson are leaving.
And Wentworth. Don't forget about Wentworth.
Oh, yeah.
Good old Wentworth.
Yeah, pretty much anybody who's not under Stan's command will go out.
Yeah.
Unless they're stopped for some reason. So you're watching
Cowards.
you're watching them start to stream back to the well and go up. Dr. Francis Morgan, Bandar, Al Jadi, Curtis Cooper.
Yeah, and then I'll put dynamite on the well to close it.
Okay.
Just kidding. No, you guys can all die.
Well, Stanton doesn't plan to die down here. Just
But if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
All right, so you've thrown one down the southern passage. There's one off to the west.
Yeah, I'll hold on, or I'll loosely hold on to the deck cord and see if it takes it out with it like fishing line.
Oh, okay.
If it doesn't, then I'll figure this ain't going to work. We're going to have to actually light it.
Yeah, for now, it doesn't, the dead cord doesn't move. It lays where it is. Like nothing tugs on it, nothing like that. At least not yet.
Thompson would lie to me. You can tell it's in his eyes of a liar.
But at the southern passage, after you're considering this, you feel like that debt cord goes taut for a second, then slack again.
Wonder if a beastie's gotten it. I'll give it a little tug.
So the frayed end of the debt cord comes back to you after a while. But this puts you down again.
Can I figure out any sort of timing to it? We might just have to do what Wentworth suggested and light it and toss it.
Yeah, so that's only happened the one time so far. And do you carry a pocket watch or anything like that?
Probably.
Yeah, it was like minutes after you came down. So you could try to start timing it now and wait for it to happen again. But the curious thing is it doesn't happen at the other passage, though. The western one.
This place is all wrong. Yeah, I'll give the order. We're just going to have to start dynamiting the, what would that be, like auxiliary rooms?
Yeah.
Regardless, or without having to wait for this plunger to go off. Make the fuses, don't make the bundles too big, toss them in. If the room changes, prep another bundle, toss it in.
Okay.
If not, just consider the room destroyed and we'll have to make do.
So Ray and Marco get to work and Anwar helps them how he can. Basically, once they've prepped the bundle, they'll pass one to him and he'll chuck his down the southern passage, and then Ray will do the western passage. And you gave yourself a fair amount of time on the fuse on it. So there's nothing to do but to wait for the fallout. And just as we did last session, we end this one with a boom. So we'll have to find out how Stanton changes the world with dynamite next time. Thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do we got?
Sorry about the late start again there, fellas. I'll not make that simple mistake, at least not the next time.
Hey, I just thought of something. This is a real John thought.
This has been a Deathwatch production. Thank you for listening.